is that they are still very alien to you and you to them. So even though they have great intellectual capacity, you are still a foreign civilization to them. But the ones that will come first are the older ones, the ones that have had time, in a sense, to absorb more of your culture and understand more of the things that they need to understand to live among you.
And have there already been some who have come to pave the way?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So my youngest son is 6 years old, and when I was pregnant with him, immediately the telepathic connection was so strong, and he began to communicate with
Yes,
me
but
that,
this is different
okay,
because there are those children among you that are hybridized children that you have actually given birth to on Earth.
yeah,
And they are the brothers, sisters, and cousins of the ones who have been raised on the ships that are a little bit different than the ones that are born to you.
okay.
But the reason that there are many hybridized children being born to you is because they will also be the ones that will create the bridge and the link of familiarity between the ones who will come to live among you. It will be the children interacting with the children that will really make the link. You understand?
Got it, yes. So when I was pregnant with him, he began to inform me to not listen to any information that would be needed about nourishing a child. And so he said, only eat when you're hungry, and don't worry if you're not hungry, don't eat.
Yes.
And so I actually ate very little when I was pregnant. I was incredibly healthy and
Yes.
birthed a very healthy child. So,
Yes.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. And the second question,
Hello, Bashar.
and to you, good day.
My question is that before they physically arrive on Earth, would they be contacting us telepathically or?
Well, they're already doing that. Many of you have had
Mm,
contact with them in dreams and telepathic contacts in other ways. Yes, that's part of the establishing of the link with all of you, is they will do it that way first. It's one of the things that they are trained to do.
so the three beings that I saw that I felt like they're similar to the Greys, were they my hybrid children?
They're not that similar to the Greys. No, you're
Mhm.
looking at something slightly different.
All right. And when they arrive on Earth, do the younger ones, were they going to be staying after the time period of being,
Again, there will be certain areas and enclaves that will be created for them away from society for the most part, out in natural settings where the younger ones will be raised for a while before they will acclimate to the idea of coming into your cities. Now, the older ones may venture into the cities from time to time a little bit more often, but only when the younger ones are a little bit more advanced, a little bit more evolved, a little bit more acclimated, will they also join them.
okay, so they're able to, my question is basically around how are they going to be taken care of
They will be
for the
taken
most
care
part?
of by the other hybrids that will be their mentors and their guides that are part of the Yael race.
All right. And as far as us being able to contact them or visit them
Those
or,
things will be arranged.
okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. And the third question.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
So the girl was talking about, I think there's boys and girls, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. The girl who was talking about walking in the meadows and trees.
Yes.
Is that my daughter?
Your daughter is among them, but this was another child.
Okay. When you said the number 333, when I started my trip here, my odometer was 33333.
Yes.
Are my hybrid children going to be within that 333?
Yes. Does that help?
Yes.
All
The
right.
children, I'm working with at-risk children right now.
Yes.
Are they part of this?
Well, again, there are
Agenda.
many children that are hybridized and may be part of the contact that needs to occur to form the link and the bridge between the children on Earth and the children that are coming from the ships.
But am I drawn to the work
Yes.
with these children? Okay.
Because you're practicing for the idea of when the other children come.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So then, this begins a contact of a different nature now between you and the hybrid children. This will increase, this will accelerate, and this will expand and will be presented through us in a variety of forms in the upcoming years. So between your years of 2017 and 2020, you will find there will be a lot more transmissions from them in a variety of ways that will create more participation and interaction between you and them and strengthen the bond that already exists in a variety of interactive and fun ways, leading up to the idea of their arrival eventually beyond that year of 2020, into the years of the open window, 2025 to 2033. But you will have a lot of fun getting to know each other in a variety of ways that we will present to you at that time. And so, in return for the gift that you are giving us, I ask now, in what way may we be of service to you? You may begin with your regular questions as you have already ascertained them.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Thank you, thank you. Recently, I had 2 loved ones in my family in the hospital at the same time. And it was kind of a stressful situation for me.
Oh, all right.
One of them was my son.
Yes.
And I felt like I was losing my joy.
Losing yourself, yes.
Yeah, and I'm starting to rebuild.
All right.
But I just wanted to share that.
All right, well, thank you. But remember that this is always an opportunity to recognize that you actually can't lose anyone. And when someone decides to go through those kinds of an experience, it will give you an opportunity to start stretching your senses to know that you will always be family, no matter what state they exist in, no matter what state you exist in, that you can still learn to communicate even if someone is non-physical, if they decide to go that far. But it gave you an opportunity to understand that these transitions happen in a very real way and that they are part of your evolution. They are part of life, and that death is not an end. Do you understand?
Yes.
So you're given an opportunity to practice knowing that. So if and when then the time may come for these kinds of transitions in any one family, you will understand that you will have the capacity at that time, or at least more of the capacity, to recognize they are still members of your family, even if they may be incorporeal, and you can still learn to communicate with them on a regular basis.
They actually both were not near transition, but were kind of in a crisis that they were able to get out of the hospital.
Yes, I understand. So I said they gave you some practice.
Okay.
So it didn't happen abruptly, all at once. So take the opportunity to learn to stretch your senses into the idea of communication with the spirit world. And then when such a time comes as someone in your family may decide to actually transition, you will not feel it as a loss. You will be able to still communicate with them in all the ways that are necessary for you. But understand that synchronicity will play an important part in the role of communication from the spirit world. They will often speak to you in symbols that exist right in your reality already. So learn to recognize those symbols as communication.
Okay, so for me to strengthen myself, just like follow my excitement.
Yes, don't lose yourself. As you say, don't lose your joy.
Okay, I had one other question for you. I've
Yes.
been going to school in Chicago.
Oh, how exciting for you.
It's very exciting, but
What are you studying?
education.
You are educating yourself about education.
Yeah.
All right. And?
Every Monday or Tuesday in Chicago, the news has a death count, like
Yes.
5 or 6 killed,
All right.
20, 30 wounded every week.
Yes.
And it's mostly young African-American
All right.
males.
Yes.
So
So what do you want to do about that?
What's going on?
What do you want to do
I
about
want to
that?
stop it.
How?
Well, I guess by teaching people there's value in their life.
Thank you. So therefore, it is inspiring you to teach people about their own self-worth, about their value, how to appreciate themselves, how to find their center of self-empowerment. Yes?
Yes.
So you
yes,
can use it in a positive way, can't you?
Yes. And I was wondering if there was some alien influence or something going. Just seems so strange to be able to predict.
Your planet is alien enough. You don't need any outside alien influence to be experiencing what you're experiencing. Just learn to use it in the most self-empowering and positive way that will then make a positive change in your world.
My compassion.
Yes. And use what is for the benefit of all. in the most powerful way your imagination will allow. If you're going to be a teacher, be a teacher. If you're going to be a student, be a student. For the best teachers and the best students are both teacher and student.
Oh, thank
Yes?
you, thank you.
Does
I
that
agree.
help?
Yes. And I just wanted to let you know I'm going to Kenya next
All right.
week. It's my first time to East Africa.
Oh, all right.
I've been to West
Have
Africa.
a nice
so
trip.
I'm excited.
Yes. Thank
Okay,
you.
Thank you, Bashar.
Hi, Bashar.
And a you good day.
I just wanted to acknowledge.
Speak up, speak up.
I just wanted to acknowledge these many experiences I've had this year,
Yes.
starting with the
Speak up.
unified theory of metaphysics,
Yes.
and that moved me in a direction and shifted me out quite a few timelines that
All
I've
right.
found,
Thank you.
all the way into Sedona.
Yes.
So I just want to acknowledge that whole stepping process that I've been following your connections
Yes.
through the last 20 years
Yes.
have increased the visibility of what's possible for me
Yes. What's probable for you?
and probable.
Everything is possible, not everything is probable. So you are now gaining more insight into what is probable and relevant for you.
Yes. And it's exactly where I want it to be, but I didn't direct it in such a way. I just allowed
No,
for
you
it.
allow it because the direction is in the allowance.
Right.
The control is in the surrender. Automatically, it's built in.
Right. Really surrender. And coming here was seamless.
Yes.
And you said something yesterday about when you're ready, it all just opens up.
Yes.
And
the
it's just-
state of being contains everything it needs for
Mhm.
whatever needs to happen.
And when I arrived in Sedona, I had an adjustment process, and
Yes.
I said, this is a complete kit. Everything I see is
Yes.
exciting to me. Now I
Yes,
know
yes,
what
yes.
he's talking about.
Yes.
It's all included in that
It
one
is.
step.
It is one holistic definition, one holistic mechanism.
Yes,
Yes.
I got it. Thank
Thank you.
And while being in Sedona, I noticed that the spirit of Sedona, and I don't know if it's the contact spirit of Sedona or just Sedona in general, but it's a very refined energy of walking a particular way
Yes.
in your consciousness.
The vortex is very powerful as a reflector and an amplifier of whatever you bring into the vortex with you, positive and or negative, to allow you to face whatever you need to refine yourself, to be more precise about your understanding of how to work with the mechanisms.
Very quickly, and it's instantaneous for me now. It's,
All right. Well, congratulations.
Yes. So now that I'm in Sedona, if there's anything I can be of service, I'm listening. I'm
You
deeply
can be
listening.
of best service by continuing to be yourself as best as you can.
Oh, that's easy.
Yes, it is.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. One moment. What is the name of the unicorn?
Zylock.
Princess Hakia. Why did you call the unicorn Princess Hakia? All right. What does Hakia mean to you? Where did you find the name, or when did you think of the name?